In this week's video, we're going to go over why eggs are considered a superfood. Check this out. Eggs have been a staple in top athletes' diet for quite some time now. So why is that? It's probably because eggs provide healthy fats, high quality protein, and almost every single mineral and vitamin that is required throughout the body. Sadly, eggs don't have the full rep that they deserve due to the misguided information that cholesterol directly makes you more prone to cardiovascular diseases. While it is true that eggs have dietary cholesterol, that doesn't necessarily raise blood cholesterol. In fact, this misinformation was because the sugar industry paid off scientists to put the blame from sugar to fats and cholesterol. Now that we covered the myths about why you shouldn't eat eggs, let's go into some of the research and some of the benefits that you will see when you incorporate eggs into your diet. There was a study done with over 2,000 men between the ages of 42 and 60. And this study was conducted for over 20 years. And what they found was that the men who ate about 4 eggs per week had a 37% lower chance of getting type 2 diabetes than the people who ate just 1 egg a week. In the yolk of the egg, you'll find 2 amino acids that are strong and rich in antioxidants that will help prevent heart disease, cancer, and strokes. The proteins you get from eggs are extremely high quality. Basically, proteins are actually a chain of amino acids, and the body uses 21 amino acids to build proteins, but 9 of them can't be produced by the body, meaning you have to digest them from your diet. The quality of protein is determined by the relative amount of these essential amino acids. A good protein source is a protein that has all these essential amino acids and has them in the right ratio. Eggs have a perfect score of 100 on the protein scale, which means they are one of the highest qualities of protein that you can eat. It's important to note that not all eggs are created equal. Some are better than others. You've probably heard the terms free range, free cage, organic, and pasteurized. What do all these mean? Well, let's dive into them one by one. First, we have cage-free eggs. And what this means is that a hen is not in an individual cage. And at first, that sounds great, but in reality, what most places do is put a bunch of hens together into one larger cage. And most of the time, these cages are jam-packed with hens, which is really unhealthy for them. It's going to cause them to fight for their food. Not only is this completely unethical, but it also affects the nutrition we get from their eggs. These hens aren't able to roam and get sunlight or have a proper diet, so the eggs they lay aren't as nutritious for us either. Next, we have free-range eggs. This actually isn't much of an upgrade from the cage-free eggs, if you can even believe that. Basically, to be able to label their eggs as free-range, they just gotta make it so their hens have access to the outdoors. Obviously, this varies from brand to brand and really depends how far they go to meet these requirements, but most of them do the bare minimum. They just install a small chicken door at the end of the shed, which most of the chickens and hens don't even utilize. So it might be a good idea to do some research and see which brands meet the bare minimum requirements and which ones go above and beyond. Then we have organic. So what does it really mean when you see organic on there? It means that the company is meeting the requirements that are set by the government. Now, in this case, it would mean the ban of GMO feed and antibiotics, and that the hens actually have access to the outdoors and organic feed. Overall, when your eggs say organic on them, it means that the hens will be living in a much more humane environment, which will in turn give you more delicious and nutritious eggs. Lastly, we have pasture-raised label. This is the holy grail for nutritious eggs. This is what we all want to look for. When you see this label, basically the hens will have an open farm to roam and they won't be jam-packed. They'll have access to sunlight. They'll be able to eat bugs and plants and all this other natural foods that they're supposed to be eating. And they won't be pumped with hormones, antibiotics, or steroids. This means the hens are a lot healthier, and we'll actually notice all those benefits when we eat their eggs. Pasteurized eggs have 40% more vitamin A and 4 times the amount of omega-3s in comparison to non-pasteurized eggs. Eggs are one of the most nutritious foods out there, and by not eating them, you're depriving your body of all these nutrients. I made a list of recipes that I like to make using eggs. You can download that below. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment, and if you like this video, subscribe.